What's up, and welcome to the Uncle Cyborg Show, where we talk about our favorite things about video games while keeping it rated E for everyone. I'm your host, Hyro King. Joining me is Super Nolan Man.
Super sick, man. Actually, I'm just sick, regular. Nothing super about it.
Rip. And Dat Boy Few.
They finally let me in the call after an hour and a half.
We have to record One Piece. Yeah, today we are talking about our favorite DS and 3DS games in the form of a draft. And we did a little bit of straw picking beforehand. And Nolan got the lawn straw, or however that goes. I always forget if it's the short
His
straw
duck
or
was
the long
quickest.
straw. Yeah, his duck was quickest. We did a virtual race. Anyway, not important. Let's hear Nolan's first pick. I'm excited to see what he picks here.
Yeah, for y'all who haven't been following along with this series so far, we've been going through a whole list of our favorite consoles and drafting the best games from each one. It's going to be a little bit of a snake draft here, so it's going to start with me, go to Bo, then Matthew, and then work its way back. So, with the first round, or first pick of the first round of the draft, I'm stuck on this one because I have my favorite game.
Let's pick your favorite. It's
But
early.
I have the one. But if I don't get that one, I have a backup. But
You're
this
crazy.
other game, I
I'm picking
don't
my
have a
favorite right
backup.
off the bat.
So I'm just going to take it. I'm taking Animal Crossing New Leaf with the first
Oh,
pick
really?
because I
Okay.
knew I knew
Not what
if
I
I
thought you'd
didn't,
pick.
Matthew would. I knew this was going to be Matthew's first pick, but it's because there's nothing else like it. This may be the best Animal Crossing game. I still
I've
think I
heard a
prefer
lot of
this
people love
over
this one.
Horizons. Yes, the city
Okay.
editions were super dope. The you didn't necessarily have the terraforming, but you had still the big building projects that you could set up. It still has some of the charm of the older games where they don't necessarily insult you to your face, but there's still,
Yeah.
there's still cheeky little fellas, not as tame as they are in the newer games there. But it added so much to the game. A game that was already fantastic. You can go back to the
Yeah.
earliest Animal Crossing and still have a blast with it. But they finally found the formula that I think they're going to take going forward. Again, New Horizons had that cool terraforming, uh, which, obviously so cool. But there was something about New Leaf that, in terms of it, the heart that I felt that Horizons never did capture. Um, so,
Yeah.
anyways, New Horizons, I've done hours into that, many hours into that game. That's probably my most played DS game. And if it weren't for Horizons, it'd probably still be a game that I come back to regularly.
Right on. Yeah. Gotta love Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
So I'll be taking the next one, and my pick. You know me at all. You know that I love Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, but there is a sequel to that game of almost just as much, sometimes more, and that is Bowser's Inside Story.
Mm,
Oh
good
man.
pick.
Oh, this takes everything that Superstar Saga did and just puts it in a new location with Bowser, which is so fun because you're basically beating him up the entire game. And
Mhm.
it has a lot of unique stuff where you flip the DS on its side and have like mecha battles. Oh man, this game is so great. I I can play this game and Superstar Saga are like those games where I could just play them over and over again because like yeah, perfect battle system in my opinion. Uh, like they just nailed it and always super funny, lots of jokes. Uh, and this one brings back Fawful, who is my favorite character. He's great. So that would be my first pick.
Great pick.
Here
Great
from
pick.
that boy few.
all right. I'm gonna get to pick back to back here.
Yeah.
So DS is probably I had a 3DS. I didn't have a DS, so this is probably the thing that I know the least about. But my first one was actually it was like 2017 or something like that, and they had just released the 2DS. And this was a
Oh,
pack-in game,
this was like 2012 or 2013.
huh? For the
2017 is when the Switch came out.
oh No, that would have been 2015. Sorry,
Matthew, this
it was 2015 because I was a sophomore, I think. Wait, no, 2014. Sorry, 2014 is when it came out.
the 3DS was out
Hang
before
on,
then. But anyways,
Alright,
sorry. Go ahead.
The 2DS. I'm saying when we got the 2DS, Mario Kart 7 was packed into that, and a lot of people, it's between this one
Good
or
choice.
the regular DS one. I don't like the regular DS one that much. I feel like it's still kind of got. I'm not a big fan of D-pads for controlling like
It's kind of
3D
funky, yeah.
games. This one played really well, looked really good for being a handheld game. It came
Oh,
with
yeah.
your $100 2DS. It was like or maybe it was 120 if you got the pack-in version. It introduced being able to customize your car, like change the body, the tires, and the little parachute, which kind of as they got later on, kind of got kind of tedious because there's like a meta in like 8, like your car can just suck. But at that point, it was simple enough, where you could still make a goofy looking car but still win. Big fan of
Yeah.
that one. I think in
How
terms
the
of
tracks on this one?
yeah, great tracks. I also liked that they had. I think this one had the Mercedes DLC, right? You could have your little Mercedes in the game.
I think there is a Mercedes car. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, but that was my first pick. And my second
All right,
pick
what's your
here,
second one?
I've historically never beaten a Zelda game. I don't think I've ever made it halfway through one before.
Can I draft a Zelda game?
Yep.
No.
I'm gonna take. I know which one Bo wants, and I'm not gonna take that one.
Don't do it.
So I'm gonna take.
you should take Phantom Hourglass.
I'm gonna take a link.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna take a Link Between Worlds because I like.
Ah,
I
yeah.
think that it was even at the time when it came out,
Yep.
I wasn't like I've never been a Zelda fan. I've never really been too into it, but at the time I remember watching the trailer of like just being going from your 3D walk around, then you can go like flat and it opens up like a new dynamic. I always thought that was really cool. Is this the one? This is a like a re. Is this like a reimagining or a re?
Reimagining of Link to the Past.
It's a
Okay.
sequel.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Well,
But I
yeah,
didn't want
it's
to say it
technically
and
a
be wrong.
sequel, but it uses the same overworld.
But yeah, really cool. I always like that's one thing Zelda's always been good at is kind of giving you different ways to play. And so I was a big fan of like I played a little bit on Nolan's 3DS. But yeah, I always like that being able to kind of go flat to kind of solve. I don't know if it's puzzles or get from different places, but I always thought that was fun.
Yeah. Great game. I love this game. See, it was kind of the one I wanted to pick.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
there's still one really great Zelda game on the DS, 3DS. I'm gonna take it right now,
Spirit
and no one's
Tracks.
gonna hate me. Spirit Tracks. Oh man, what a great Zelda game! There's a ton of people who don't give this game enough credit. It's kind of because Phantom Hourglass put the like I don't know what I'd call that. They
Damper on
put the
everybody's
splinter
mood.
under the thumbnail for some people. This game takes what Phantom Hourglass did and it makes it so much better. The music is better. The dungeon design is better. You get to have Zelda as a companion, which is amazing.
Yes.
Like super fun. Yeah, she's a ghost, and the dialogue is super duper funny. The one thing I'll say, sometimes the train gets. There's some sections where it's a lot of just like you're going straight forward, which is kind of unavoidable on the train.
Yeah.
But I think that overall, there's more sections where it's not just a straight line than not. And you have a cannon to shoot stuff, so it's all good. And yeah. Easily one of my favorite handheld Zelda games, besides Minish Cap. So
Yeah, I always heard good things about that one. And I'm a big train guy, so I always want to check that one out.
definitely check it out. It's super underrated. Very good game.
I like his little hat.
Yeah.
I wish they would bring.
Yeah, he doesn't keep that the whole time.
Oh. I wish they would bring back the little guy. I'm getting tired of this kind of like goofy looking, or I guess he's not goofy, but the current style of the.
Oh, you want Wind Waker Link back?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Wind Waker Link design. I wish they would have made another console version, but
Yep. What are you
had to
gonna
do
do?
Twilight Princess, which I like just as much. So All right, Nolan, let's hear your pick.
This is really tough because I love those two games. Those are my two favorite handheld Zeldas.
Yeah.
Between A Link
Hey,
Between Worlds
I
and Spirit
warned you, man.
Tracks.
I warned
Yeah,
you.
He's gonna take Triforce Heroes.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna take Triforce Heroes. Triforce Heroes is the second worst Zelda game to come out on a DS system.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm definitely not taking the worst one. So where I am with this is um actually I'm not gonna take that one. There's one that I'm trying to make sure I've got the right one, so I'm gonna take that in a later round. So I'm instead I'm gonna take Pokemon Black and White too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's a reason that these are so beloved. In Black and White is
Yeah.
one that was really interesting to me. Where the first time I took a look at it, I felt like they'd kind of jumped the shark a little bit because of the
Yeah, Black and White
because
Wonder
of what
kind of
they
tough.
well because of what they did with saying, hey, we're just going to have a brand new set of Pokemon, no returning Pokemon. Um, and
Yeah.
that was so jarring to me at first. But and the world itself was not super intriguing to me. The I believe that's the Unova region.
Some of the designs in
At
5,
first,
they're not very good.
but well, and this was their first. I mean, there was Diamond and Pearl, but like this was like okay, we figured out what we can do with the hardware here. We're gonna actually make the jump now to doing what we can with this. But there's so much that was really good about Black and White, and Black and White 2 did everything on top of that. But also, it's just straight up true blue sequels, and they perfect everything that honestly the series had been building up to in the last few entries there. Um, I mean,
Yep.
so Unova, there's some changes in the Unova. You see some of the same characters grow, and some choices made between games matter. Not necessarily choices that you make, but there's a real impact that happened between the two games. And there's also a lot of depth between the Pokemon World Tournament, the number of Pokemon, of course. One of the strongest post games that we have in any of the Zelda games. Anyways, it's just very emotionally and content rich to a point that none of the other Zelda games of this era were able to nail down.
That's a good.
Yeah, I'd say that's accurate.
It's a good point you make. Because what I always like, that's the hardest thing because I've been playing Z2A, and I played Scarlet before that. I always feel like I need my my Pokemon that I know so that I can get them early, and then now that I have them, then I'm more
Yeah, you gotta have
comfortable.
the comfort.
Then I'm more comfortable catching like newer guys and whatnot. Even the
Mhm.
trash can's growing on me a little bit. He's not.
Are you talking about Trubbish?
Oh,
It's
Garbodor.
no Trubbish, the garbage bag. I hate that guy. I kill him every chance
Yeah.
I get.
Garbage suck. I agree.
All right, Big Noel.
All
you got
right.
another pick.
What's your second one?
Okay.
Or third
With
one?
with the first pick of the third round of the draft. I was gonna make sure I'm saying this right.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, this is what I wanted. I wanted to make sure I had the right one here because sometimes I mix up names. I'm going to be taking with my third pick, Fire Emblem Awakening.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Great choice.
this may have saved the franchise. Honestly, there is a universe
did.
where Fire Emblem just stopped. But fortunately, we're not in that universe because they did like a reset on tactical RPGs, which were really dying out, and we've
Yeah.
seen them really come back. And I credit fully Fire Emblem Awakening for making that happen. I obviously it does what Fire Emblem games do. You have a pretty deep strategic combat mixed with what is always a really heartfelt story, and the uh you have different systems that I don't want to give it away because I know this is one that some people on this panel are wanting to play sometime. But
I
you
mean, I
have
haven't
a
gotten to it at this point. Might as well.
I feel
You're
like
good.
10 years is a good enough gap.
all
Oh
right.
yeah,
Well,
it's been like over 10
so
years.
the relationship systems just run a lot deeper, is what I'll say, than they do in all the other games.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But anyways, really a pretty looking game for the DS. Some would say the
Yeah.
best looking game on the DS. I wouldn't necessarily go that far, but anyways, a turning point for both strategic RPGs and the Fire Emblem series. I'd be crazy not to grab this one while it's there.
Yeah, that is an excellent game. I'm gonna take the one that is actually the best looking game on the 3DS.
No remakes.
No,
No, I'm
just kidding. I did think about it like as a joke because it's like, oh, the first version of this game isn't any good, but I won't do that. If you know, you know. um, the one I'm actually gonna take is kind of a bit underrated, but I think it deserves a high spot just to show how good this game really is. And that is Radiant Historia Perfect
Hmm.
Chronology. Oh man. So I got this as a gift 4 or 5 years ago, and I had never heard of this game, and I was like, what is this game? Started playing it. Oh man. Probably like one of the best uses of time travel in a video game I've ever seen. Like hands down. There is a bunch of systems. So you have basically this entire branching like event log essentially that you have access to, and it's huge. And you can go back at any point, like any main point in the story, and change things, and then you go back to another one and like a path will be opened or a character will be like in a different location. Super cool. Um Absolutely mind-blowing stuff. Like I was pretty floored when I first played it. And the battle system is really cool. It's got how do I describe this? So it's got like a panel of 9 boxes, and you can place your character in each, or I think you have technically like classes that are better in each particular spot, and attacks can like push them back rows. And there's also attacks that like push them up rows. And if you're up in the front, you take more damage. If you're up in the back, you take less damage, kind of like some other JRPGs. But there's almost like puzzles where you have to like push an enemy into another row so you can do an attack that goes through multiple rows. It's really cool. Like if you've never seen this game, look it up because I think this game is like a super duper underrated RPG, and the story is excellent. There's voice acting in it, and yeah, this version is like the remastered best version on the 3DS. So definitely go and check it out if you've never heard of it.
And what is it called?
Radiant Historia Perfect Chronology.
All right.
Yeah, this is one of those games where I played it and I'm like, man, this is a 10. Like pretty mind-boggling. Like, yeah, excellent game.
Yeah, that's big praise to get a 10 out of 10 on a handheld. That's not very often you get to say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll definitely have
This
to.
is one of those games I want to see come to Switch. Even
Yeah,
like it's really good.
I'm more surprised on the voice acting on a handheld. That was.
Yeah,
I don't know if
it's
it's the first, but it's
surprisingly good
relatively
voice
ahead of its
acting.
time, man. If it's having like a full voiced game.
Well, what's even crazier? So the original is on the DS,
Okay.
and they had voice acting on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
How about
And
that?
this is
pretty
an
nuts.
Atlas joint, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I have to look it up.
I was the more you talked about it, the more I was like, okay, I think this is their non Shimigami Tensei game that came out in that era.
All right.
This was made by Atlas. Yep.
So he
All
knew
right,
that.
so let's hear Matthew's pick.
Okay, so for me, I took its I assume these two are related. I took his brother last draft. We did the Wii U one. I'm gonna go ahead and take Mario 3D Land.
Right.
Ah,
For,
yep.
Right.
for those of you
Yeah,
who
this is the first one before. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for those of you who know the 3DS, you know that it was made with a little 3D switch nobody used. This game used that paired with its already 3D design, and it actually was probably one of the better games for that feature. It didn't really get a whole
Yep.
lot of use. There was some gimmicks with it, but this, if you're gonna use that feature, this is gonna be one of the ones to play it on. It's that I'm a big fan of, like, I don't know what you call that, like the three. It's kind of like a 3D side scroller, just because like you're going from point A to, you're like kind of going in a line, but you're able to move around and do that. So I don't know what you call that, but I'm a big fan of those. I think that's probably my favorite Mario genre. I'm not a big fan of just the stat, you know, the 2D stuff like, Mario Kart, or not Mario Kart,
Yeah,
Super Mario
you
World,
don't
or
like 2D side scrolling as much.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that's my for sure pick here. At the end of round 3, going
Yeah,
into round 4.
really great game.
Yeah, and I'm not a big platformer guy, so for me to take a platformer, it's got to be pretty good.
Yeah.
This is where I'm struggling here. I don't know what my last two picks are going to be. Part of me wants to take Smash Bros, but I feel like the thumbstick just did not work well on the DS. It was just like, in my memory, it wasn't a very fun experience. That little joystick. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and I'm gonna take, probably against my better judgment, I'm going to take Yokai Watch, the first one.
Ah, I've always wanted to play this. I've never actually gotten around to it.
So this is one of the rare times you're going to see me draft a game that I have not played whatsoever. But I had gotten pretty into looking into it a few years back. It's based on kind of that like Japanese, I don't know what you call it, folklore or whatnot. But you go
Yeah,
out and you
yokai.
gotta, there's these little yokai causing trouble, and you gotta I guess calm them down or whatever. You essentially catch them without catching them. But the combat's
Mhm.
really cool. A lot of games on the DS kind of, the second screen for the most part is just kind of there, like maybe a menu or something.
Yeah.
So the combat in this one, as you're fighting, there's a little, wheel, and you can use it to pick your guys and pick moves and whatnot. And then when you launch a move, you'll have to like do something on the pad. And the better you do it, the better your move is. So I think that's really cool. This was, I don't know how, but this thing was like rivaling Pokemon at the time. I think people might have started to get a little Pokemon fatigue, and then this had
Yeah.
come out right at
I
the
think
right
so.
time. People loved it there. First one came out, people loved it here, and then they like oversaturated the market and got themselves out within like 2 or 3 years. So, but the first one it looks really fun. I might have to check it out if I ever figure out how to get a copy of it for cheap, because I'm pretty sure that's one of those games where yeah, people start charging arm and leg for it.
Yeah. Pretty solid pick. I've always wanted to try that one. And I just never got around to it, and yeah, now it's expensive.
Yeah. Hey, Nintendo, if you're watching, 3DS on the expansion pack. Whatever.
They haven't even put DS on expansion pack. They
Which
had
is
to
funny.
they had to put Virtual Boy there first.
Yeah, they got the. It's funny, they got the touchpad already, man. I think people forget the Switch even has
I
touch
know.
controls.
I think they do as well. Yeah. I don't know why they don't just go for it. It's right there. It's easy money.
Because they don't want my
well.
money. They don't want my hard-earned money.
Yeah. All right. Well, for my fourth pick, man, this is where it gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, man. Because I can't do remakes, and there's some like great remakes on the DS, and I can't use them.
You can do. We've talked about this before. If it is it changes it at its core, like it is a different game by the time they're done remaking it, a remake is okay to grab.
I forgot about that rule. Okay, I know what I'm taking.
Okay, you're taking the one I was about to take. I should have said anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So I kind of alluded to this one earlier. this is easily one of the best looking 3DS games. Like this, it's kind of
He's
crazy that
taking
it looks
it.
this good on 3DS. It is Metroid: Samus
Yeah,
Returns.
yeah.
Oh man,
Good pick. Good pick.
take
Mercury Steam.
take one of the arguably worst Metroid games ever made, Metroid 2. Like, ah, man, I've played it all the way through as a Metroid fan. It's rough, but this remake is so good, and Samus just looks jaw-droppingly gorgeous on 3DS. Hey, she's a woman. I could say that.
You're like,
Um,
when you see her, your tongue rolled down and rolled back up in your head.
no, yeah, no. I mean, like the reflection. There's like reflections on her armor. She has the parry move is added in this game,
Which
which
is
is
so
so
good.
cool. Oh my goodness. And like it controls so well. Like it's crazy that it controls this well. Like easily one of the best Metroid games out there. Incredible. What's kind of interesting with this is I'm actually this might be controversial. I'm sorry, Nintendo. I like AM2R. It's so good. And I have conflicting views because it's like I played AM2R first, obviously. And if you don't know what AM2R is, it's a fan remake of Metroid 2. And it is amazing. Like
Hmm.
it feels like Nintendo made it. But obviously
Maybe they did make it.
they took it down because, it's their property and it is technically copyright infringement. Uh but if you can't have that game on 3DS, this is a great replacement. So
And it was called Metroid Samus
had to
Returns.
shout it out because man, what a great remake of that game.
What was it called? Or what was the?
Oh, Metroid Samus Returns.
Okay, make sure.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right,
that means
Nolan.
I've got to.
Let's hear your
That means
choice.
I've got to pick a new game because,
Sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Man, I did that to you twice.
Right? Twice in the same thing. And
Hey guys,
I'll be
I'm
honest,
warning.
when I was
Warning.
first looking at it, I was like, yeah, it's a remake, and then I remembered after the first round, oh wait a minute.
Yeah, I
I
completely forgot
nabbed
about that
that.
rule.
So, yeah, since you had grabbed it early on, I got to thinking, okay, so maybe he's going a different route entirely and I'm not going to have to worry about it. Well, so this puts me a little bit of a tricky place where I've got to figure things out. But I'm going to go ahead and take Rhythm Heaven.
There you go.
Nice. Yeah, this was on my list too.
Don't they have another one coming out?
Great game. Yeah.
Yeah, coming out next year. Rhythm Heaven, honestly, on the DS side of things, probably my favorite, if and maybe even the best of the minigame collection things. I know there was technically like a Mario Party that was just the minigames, but
It was not good.
people didn't like it. People didn't like it. And and on top of that, I didn't think that the WarioWares were all that great on the DS. So Rhythm Heaven really filled in a gap that and held it strong for the entire two generations there. Because the
Yeah.
DS was pretty light on that stuff. Although if you guys have some good minigame recommendations, definitely give them to me, minigame collections. But Rhythm Heaven was that one for me where it was just so adorable. I'll never forget having the choir practice with the three kids and having to swipe up hard to make them go ah. It was glorious. I
Yeah.
love that game so much. Yeah,
Classic game. Yeah, I absolutely love that one too.
Yeah, we spent a good amount of
All right.
hour doing that. So real quick, with the
Yeah.
the
Let's do
choir
the
thing.
recap
I will do the recap
after
here.
this.
All right, Nolan has taken Animal Crossing New Leaf, Pokemon Black and White 2, Fire Emblem Awakening, and Rhythm Heaven. Bo has taken Bowser's Inside Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks, Radiant Historia, the chronology, whatever. Metroid Samus Returns. That was a long name. I didn't have enough room to write it all.
No, you're good. Most people know it as Radiant Historia.
All right.
You're fine.
And then I've taken Mario Kart 7, Link Between Worlds, Mario 3D Land, and Yokai Watch. Nolan, here to get us
Nice.
started with round number 5.
With my 5th and final pick of the draft, I will be taking Monster Hunter Generations. This is one I've talked about before. It's probably the only Monster Hunter game that has really clicked with me.
It's
And
really fun. I played the
yeah,
demo when it was on 3DS.
it's a good time. It's one of those where, first of all, it runs so perfectly when on
Yeah.
the DS, especially the 3DS. You have a little bit of some hiccups here and there, but Monster Hunter Generations was it. This is how you do a celebrating of what came before, while setting the tone for what's to come ahead. Uh, Packed with all the best iconic monsters, weapons, locations from the franchise history, adding in the new hunter styles and arts. It had such a fresh play style to it compared to what had come before. But again, just nailing everything down from the actual gameplay to even the flow going through the whole. I'm on the train, I'm on the bus. I just want to do a quick hunt on my way to my destination, which is how people played these games and why they took off so hard the way they did for that group,
Yeah.
and especially in Japan. It delivers a ton of depth for a 3DS game. I mean, this is probably. I mean, I'm sure that I'm technically wrong on this. I feel like this is a bigger game than Rise, which came afterwards. It came out on Switch and PS4. I'm sure somebody will fact check
I'm
me
not
on
sure.
that, but this feels of what is traditional Monster Hunter. This is the most complete and streamlined fun package of the entire series.
Yeah, that's one I always wish I would have picked up and played more, because I played the demo and really liked it, but then something else came out and I just forgot about it
Metroid Samus Returns.
until later.
You just forgot everything you were doing that day.
I don't actually remember what it was that came out. It might have been that.
Similar era.
I don't
Samus
know.
Returns came out in 2017, shortly after the Switch launch. Generations came
Yeah.
out, I think, 2016. Fact check me, guys.
I don't know.
I'll look it
Anyway.
up real quick.
Yeah, you go for it.
20.
Yeah, while he's looking that up.
Yeah, 2015.
Oh, 2015. Oh, okay. Maybe is Majora's Mask 2015?
Oh,
Because that I was like obsessed with that for a bit when it came out. That was probably it.
2015.
Yeah, that was it. Okay. Yeah, I would have included that on my list if I could. There's not enough changes though.
Agreed.
Unfortunately.
You made the
Yeah.
right call.
Yeah. Well, everybody has a Pokemon-esque game on their list, so I might as well join the crowd. I'm going to add one that I played the most, which is Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Man,
Good choice.
I had played a lot of X. X was like, I didn't really love it. This is
X and Y
so much
sucked. We
better.
can say it. This is a
Yeah,
this is a
X and Y
safe
suck.
place.
Bad
X and Y are
bad, you know
bad
what,
games.
bad source material.
And they run
France
really
sucks.
bad.
Yeah.
I was surprised that X ran as
You know
bad
what?
as
Actually,
it did.
hey, they did a really good job of
Um,
capturing the source material, though.
Yeah, but anyway, Sun and Moon, I love the setting. Got that island feel, and a lot of the Pokemon have a lot more like interesting designs than X and Y, in my opinion. You have some really awesome standouts like Buzzwole. That was one of my favorites.
Man,
Dude's a beast.
Buzzwole would be Matthew's favorite Pokemon if he was in a game that Matthew had played.
Let's see here. I'll look him
I
up.
think
while you
he's
guys are
in
talking.
some of the newer ones.
He's
Yeah.
he's just
Ah,
a
don't
really
tell me.
ripped
Don't tell me.
bodybuilder bug.
Don't tell me.
Okay.
I'll look him up. Buzzwole.
Yeah.
Buzzwole.
And I chose Owlet.
B-U-Z-Z-W-L-E.
That was my favorite starter from that one. I love Owlet.
Looks like my Minecraft
Definitely an
skill.
Owlet fan. Yeah. And I think the story in this is definitely kind of lacking, but
Mhm.
it takes you along for that ride. And it's still a ton of fun, like a lot of Pokemon games are. Um, this did have that whole like, oh, the your rival is kind of lame
Your rival's your best
feel.
friend.
Yeah, but this one, I'll give it this. It's not like as bad as like some of the newer ones, in my opinion. This one it felt more genuine because I this was like the first one that did that. So,
Yeah.
or did X and Y have a friendly rival? I forget.
Well, the rival has gotten slightly friendlier in each iteration since. It's hard
That's
to
true.
pick out
Bro,
which was the first
That's
one
true.
because
Scarlet was
Black and White.
insufferable, dude.
Um,
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah, Scarlet
I
was
knew you were the
insane.
man. I knew you were the best. Yeah. It's like, dude, shut up. Go
I
back.
I at least like the rival in this one. Like he's
Yeah.
chill.
yep.
So, yeah.
Yep. The other thing I'll say about Sun and Moon is actually probably it to just go back and play is probably my favorite of the DS games. I feel like again
Yeah.
I picked Black and White too because I think that those are technically the best. Have the all round appeal. They have the Pokemon experience you're looking for. However, Pokemon Sun and Moon had on top of its really cool setting, really broke the mold out of the gym
Yes.
fatigue, and I actually really enjoyed the
love the
challenges. I know
designs in it.
some people thought the challenges were whack. I was all about it. I thought that was really cool. The rites of
Yeah.
passage. I love that game.
Yeah. Very solid.
Was this the one
All
where
right,
they got
Matthew,
like
let's
new
hear your
alternate
last
forms
one.
for the first time?
Oh, Megas. That was
No,
the
no,
next
the
one.
no, no, the alternate form. You know, like how they have like a variant that's just for that region. Is that this one?
That was the first
Oh,
time we were
like the
like, yeah,
Alolan forms.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
That
You
was
just call it the
first one.
Aloha form. You're not gonna get sued. All right. For mine,
Cease and desist from Hawaii.
It's
Yeah.
actually based off of Aloha, Oregon.
Wow. So this
All right.
might take my draft because we already
go for it.
have the one taken, but I think this one's just as good in its own reasons. I'm gonna take Animal Crossing Wild World. Here's the thing.
Oh, interesting.
Here's why.
Okay.
Here's why. So what's the best? The thing that people like about the GameCube Animal Crossing, right? It has the most character, the most personality. It feels like you're really in your own little community, all that. But what's the worst part about it? You gotta sit down in front of the GameCube, you gotta turn on the TV, you gotta wait for it to load, then you gotta get on and play like for your 5 minutes and then get off or whatever. So this takes that, gets rid of the segmented loading, which was really only brought over because it was the N64 port. So you have the whole world. It's technically a smaller. I think you can have a less amount of villagers, but it's all in one sphere. It adds in like the coffee guy. It adds in like the town hall. I think it does a really good job of keeping it adds local multiplayer. It used to have Wi-Fi multiplayer, but they shut that service down. But I think it does a really good job of keeping what made that original GameCube Animal Crossing so special, and it hadn't quite diluted. I don't get me wrong, I still really like New Leaf, but I feel like it hadn't quite diluted yet to the point where it is now. And I feel like for the just being able to enjoy that similar experience on the handheld is why I'm going to take it.
Nice. Alrighty, pretty cool. So that's gonna be it for our draft. Fortunately, Nolan had to step out, but that's okay. um, so if you like our draft, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. We always like to see what your guys' picks are for the unique games. We find out some interesting stuff down there. Go ahead and give us a like if you liked what we did. Hit subscribe. All that jazz. It really helps us grow. Even though it's the cliche thing to say, but we really appreciate you guys. So
And make sure you comment why my draft wins.
no, get out of here.